Shaun Jarvis, what's involved in designing a skate park?
Good question. I think the importance of designing a skate park is listening to all of the participants that use the skate park, including skating, scooting, and BMX, and listening to all levels of the amount that they can ride, whether it be an advanced rider or a beginner rider. So it's a matter of making sure that everyone is all inclusive in that design, and you're making sure that all users can use it safely. And also you need to then also think about challenges as well, because in the sports that we do, skating, scooting, BMXing, it's all about challenge. You want to make sure that the challenges are always there. You don't want nothing too simple and easy. But with that in mind, it's also about community consultation. So it takes a lot of time to consult the community to make sure that they are heard on what they need and want and require.
So what can people expect to see at the Australind Skate Park?
Well, I mean, we've been involved in that design consultation right from the set-go. Australind started way back 7 years ago in June 2010, which is when the seed was set for a redevelopment of the original old skate park. So it's been a 7-year plan to get it to where it is now. And with the new skate park, I think we got the design pretty well set and good. We've got a bowl in there, which is like if people don't know what I'm talking about, a bowl is kind of like a dish or a breakfast bowl, if you can picture that, and riders use that to do their stunts on. We've also got a good street line, which means a street line, again, for those who aren't in the skate park lingo. So street line is including ledges, benches and rails and stairs. And then we've also got a good jump box, which is a jump box is where people hit one side of it, launch themselves in the air, and then head off to the other side and land safely without hurting themselves.
My guest is Shaun Jarvis. He's a BMX freestyler rider and coach. How long have you been riding for, Shaun, and where's the sport taken you?
I've been riding for 30 years now. I started riding or racing BMX back in 1981, and I raced for a few years, and then I moved into freestyle riding. Actually, no, longer than 30 years. I've been BMXing for 35 years. What am I on about? 35 years. So yeah, and I've been into BMX freestyle for the last 30 years, and it's taken me right around Australia. And it's only in the last few years that I've started heading to Japan for an international contest over there, and heading back again this year in November for that international contest.
Where's freestyle racing or riding at now in Australia, and how do we compare to the rest of the world?
Well, it was just announced that, I know that a few years ago, I think it was 2008, BMX racing was introduced into the Olympics. And it was quite funny listening to everyone saying, BMX is in the Olympics now, and I had to explain to everyone that was the racing side of BMX. But it's just been announced now that skateboarding and BMX freestyle are in the 2020 Olympics in Tokyo. So now that both of these disciplines are going to be Olympic sports, I think it's really going to create a lot of riders wanting to compete at that level. So anyone that's sort of around about sort of 10 to 15 years of age, I think now is the time that they could possibly start training to possibly be a skateboard or a BMX freestyle Olympian. How we compare with the rest of the world, there are quite a few riders right around Australia that have competed internationally, won international championships, and most of our riders are on par with any other rider around the rest of the world. And that is in skating, scooting and BMXing as well. Yeah, we've got great talent here in Western Australia.
And with the new Australind Skate Park, we might even have some new Olympians.
Well, yeah, that's correct. You're looking at the Olympics being in 2020 and then in 2024. I know that might sound a sort of a long way away, but if you're a 10-year-old skater just getting into skating, essentially you could be an Olympic champion without even thinking about it at the moment. As your line of progression goes, by the time you're 18, you might be competing on an Olympic level.
So who's going to be at the opening today at the Australind Skate Park, and what's going to be happening?
Yeah, right. Well, we've got a lot of good riders from Freestyle Now heading down to AUSTRALIND. So we've got David Pinelli and Dylan Schmidt, who will be heading up the BMX side of things. Both of these guys have travelled Australia. Absolute fabulous riders. We've also got Ben Thomas and Kieran Ramsey, who will be heading up the scooter riding. Ben has been international champion. He missed out at the World Champions this year, unfortunately, but for the last 5 years he competed in the World Champions and placed in top 5. So Ben Thomas is quite an internationally known rider. And we've got Kieran Ramsey, who's an up-and-comer, and he's ready to compete in the pro circuit next year. And then in skateboarding, we've got Mitchell Harris and Adam Panchenko and young CJ Martinez, who will be down there representing skateboarding. All of these guys have a different style of way that they skate, and as well as the scooter and BMX. So all aspects will be taken care of.
It sounds like it's going to be a fantastic day, and thanks for taking the time to talk to me this morning.
Yeah, it's going to be a rad day. We're going to be down there rolling out the rad, and hopefully we can educate some people about skate park etiquette as well. It's important that parents understand, especially with it being a new skate park, that there are sort of guidelines to take care of when you're down at the skate park. So it'd be good for parents to come down and listen to some of the information that we'll be putting down, so that they can then pass that on to the young ones, so that we can all participate at the skate park in a safe and respectful manner with everyone.
Good on you, Shaun. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks very much. Stay rad.